Well, good evening, everyone. I will be coming live. I will be your flight attendant for this evening. I will be the one to guide you to your seats and off the runway. So, we are talking tonight about letting go of others' opinions of you. What a hot topic this is, considering it's one of the main things I have heard over the past 3 years. I don't want to come out. I don't want other people to know, what I'm interested in spiritually or what my true opinions are about this, that, and the other, let alone politics or sexuality. We won't even touch base on that. But letting go of what others think of you is going to be really freeing for you. Really freeing. And I don't just say it. I've actually walked it. I've actually done it. And doesn't mean I'm perfect 100% of the time or that I've got it all figured out 100% of the time. No. But what I've learned over the past 3 years, and if anything has taught me anything over the past 3 years, it's that as I've stepped forward in front of more and more people and I've interacted with more and more people, what I've learned is not everybody likes me. Not everybody enjoys my content. Not everybody leaves nice comments for me. And what are you going to do about it? So when others have their opinion of you, are you going to carry it on your shoulders like baggage? Are you going to look over your shoulder and be curious about what they're thinking or how they feel about what you think and how you feel? So life is very controlled and very constrained and very suppressed, living it like that. It's not very freeing, is it? And the last I checked, the angels would like us to live a very free, fun, joyful life. And how are we going to do that if we keep walking a path where we care about every single person's opinion? And nothing shows you that more than when you step forward in front of thousands upon thousands of people. Because my goodness, you sure get their opinion given to you. So what are you going to do about it? That's what we're going to answer today. So the other thing I want to talk about is you'll notice with other mediumship courses that one of the main things that is taught, and you'll see it in the description of the course, and you won't see it in mine, okay? You'll never see it in mine, because that is really the opposite of what my angels have spoken to me about and wanted me, well, everything is based on this, okay? So you'll never see me talk about saging your room, clearing your energy. If you want your energy continuously cleared, you'll just ask them once and tell them to continuously clear it. You can ask to have your chakras replaced if you're going under a lot of stress. So you'll wait for the dust to settle, and then you're going to ask them to please, or you can ask them, please, replace my chakras when it's best on a regular basis, and it's done. You're never going to see me, holding a crystal over me. You're never going to see me knocking on my deck of cards to clear them. You're just not going to see me do that. And the reason why is because that is stemming from a certain vibrational frequency, a certain thought pattern, which is based on worry, fear, and it's a lower vibrational frequency. So that is something that I just won't teach, because it's not one of the things that my angels have ever taught me. My angels have never said to me, Kristin, you're unsafe. You better be saging your house, Kristin. Kristin, where are your crystals? You better put them on your pillowcase. Kristin, you better shield yourself. And I know some of the angel cards have those cards placed in the deck. But when you walk a path and you know you're safe and you know you're protected and you have an amazing team that you can call upon at any time you need, and you've asked Archangel Michael to move into your home to be your spiritual bouncer for the remainder of this life, and really you could ask for all lifetimes, as apparently my soul has asked for, then there's just nothing, there is no fear, there is no worry, and there is no need to continuously sage or clean or clear. You can do it if you feel a desire to do it. If that's what you think, then that is what you will create, because your thoughts will create that reality. So, some people are like, you better surround yourself with white light. And I don't, because I walk a path of knowing that I am safe and secure. I've learned a few times when I have, been tested a few times by low vibrational energy. And Jesus looked at me and he said, have you learned your lesson? I'm like, yes. And the lesson was, don't focus on low vibrational energy. Don't focus on low vibrational thoughts directed in a certain direction towards, religiously fixating on a repeated basis. That will lower your frequency, and then you will be a vibrational match to that low vibrational frequency. So it's the same thing with letting go of others' opinions of you. And I'm going to show you a little trick that my angels taught me many moons ago. They said, we want you to repeat this over and over in your head. And I said, okay. And the saying was, and you can direct this at a certain person, whether they're in front of you or otherwise. You just rotate it in your head. You just project in that direction. The angels know where you're projecting it to. And you'll repeat, your opinion of me is none of my business. Your opinion of me is none of my business. So what that will do is anything that's light filled is going to penetrate through that. If it's very caring, if it's very uplifting opinion, or maybe the opinion resonates with you, but we're talking about the people and the energies that just dog you or really love to give their opinion all the time, or they really kind of sink your frequency, they're just going to energetically be deterred from giving you their opinion. And in fact, a lot of times people are giving their opinion from their own layers of low vibrational frequency, which they are then emitting onto somebody else, right? So they may think that they're trying to help you like you need saving and helping. I know a lot of blue life colors, they can get into a situation where they're a vibrational match for individuals that, may claim that they have your best interest at heart, but in fact it's overpowering. And you will often see a narcissist and an empathic blue as a perfect fit energetically. Is it always pleasant? No. But, nobody needs to be saved per se. It's rather, if your opinion is relayed in a respectful way and it's actually caring and it's coming from the right place, then I'll feel it in my body and I'll resonate with it. And if there's something that goes ding, 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 Kristin, pay attention to these words, and they're very highlighted, I am listening. And I'm listening to my guardian angel too. Whether you're in physical form or non-physical, I'm listening. But if you are, a troll coming along to my YouTube channel and spewing off all sorts of things, I don't give it much energy. I will delete their comment. Maybe I'll put them on mute. And that'll be that. I don't lose sleep over it. So I I go on with my day. I enjoy my day. I have a good night's sleep, and I feel rested. So I'm just not going to carry that on my shoulders. And if I need to, I'll say your opinion of me is none of my business, because in truth, it's not. Everybody is mirroring their own frequency onto others, or I say regurgitating. So does anybody have any questions about what I'm talking about? Fire away. Let's go. Right after this, I am going to be bringing on Ruthie, Jennifer, Kristin, and Suki, and I'll be sending a link to each of you in a few moments. I know you guys are like, holy cow, what am I supposed to ask about this topic? You know, really anything goes. That's my motto when people come to me for a reading. They go, can I ask you like anything? And I'm like, anything. And I'll say to them, anything goes. And I've literally heard probably everything you can imagine. But I'm lovingly detached, and it's not about me, and it's not me. I am the translator between their team and them. So it's about light and love and them and the guidance that they need. And when I leave the reading, I leave that behind, and I don't ever really think about it. I wish them well on their journey, and sometimes I'll remember certain things about individuals, and other times I won't remember anything. You guys could even have told me certain things from the last mediumship course, and if I've channeled the guidance, I may not remember. I am wondering if channeling is accepted in the Christian faith easily. I have family members who are, right? Well, I guess it depends on, some individuals are like steadfast on the full opposite spectrum of Christianity, meaning, you know, they used to go to Sunday school when they were a kid, but now they're kind of moving more into spirituality, and they're not really tied to it as much. And then you have the other spectrum, which is they are so entrenched in their Christian faith, and every word of the Bible is like the end all to be all. So I suppose it depends on what spectrum they're at. But ultimately, people are ready for what they're ready for when they're ready. People don't know what they don't know. So, and you know what's fascinating is I've had a lot of people recently coming to me that I wouldn't even deem as being awakened yet, but they are coming to me because they're curious. So they're just kind of like, you know, bopping around. They have a few questions, but they're not ready to hear about their starseed origins. Oh my God, no, they're not ready to hear about certain things. It's too uncomfortable for them, and that's okay. So people are ready for what they're ready for. I was ready for this, and I know a lot of you, you are very much ready for this too, or you've always been, searching, curious. Some part of your soul is saying there's something more out there. So what would be my recommendation in that? There's going to be some people that you can talk to about this, and some you can't, because they're just not ready. And really where they are is up to them. That's their vibrational frequency. That's their responsibility. So we're also looking at individuals that are completely unaware that their words, their actions, their thoughts are manifesting their reality, that their frequency and their thoughts even hurt or affect other people. And the angels will show me them living life a very 3D perspective. This is how they live life. This is how the angels will show it to me in description during readings. Whereas those who are starting to awaken, now the blinders are starting to come off, and they're starting to ask more questions, and they're starting to look around, and they're starting to observe that there's more going on here than what meets the eye, because they're ready. So, and you know, I was driving down the street, I think it was about a year ago, and my angel showed me this church just leveled to the ground. It completely disappeared. And it was a Mormon church, this one church. I said, "Did you just make that church disappear?" And she says, "Yes." And she goes, "I'm showing you what is to come." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Um, some people will cling to certain things and try to prove that their point is right because of fearful base thoughts. They feel that they're right or entitled. There are many, many things that we could discuss on that topic, but ultimately, as long as it vibrationally feels right to you, ultimately, that's all that matters. And as my angels have always said to me, always follow your internal guidance system, your intuition. It will always steer you in the right direction, your gut feeling. 3D individuals, they're like, what is intuition? What's a gut feeling? A lot of them aren't even aware of what that is. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, you're just going to have to play it out with individuals' comfort levels. I could tell for example, my hairdresser, he's very not open to this kind of stuff, but his angel was on me for like 20, 25 minutes. So at that point, it's not about me and my opinions of, It's about the angel, and the angel wants me to relay the message. So I'm not going to stand in the way of that. And so I caved. And you should see him now. He asks questions. He's curious. I think I've taken a few layers of his blinder off. And he mentioned to the secretary or the front desk person who works there what I do. And she was all about it and starting to use angel cards. And he was really excited for me to talk to her because she was really ready. So although he may not have been quite ready, he was kind of a gateway or a door to open up for himself and open up for a doorway to her. And so when her angel came in, that was really cool. And I was able to channel a message. So I have to realize sometimes it's not about me. It's not about me. So if you feel like spirit is nudging you really hard or open, expanding and making you lightheaded, they're wanting you to relay their message. And if they really feel strongly that the message needs to be relayed, they are relentless at getting that message through. Because when you start to channel, you are now a doorway. You are an opening for them. And they don't have a whole lot of openings here on Earth to get through. Yeah. So, Agnes, what do you want to say about family members? Leave them be. Leave them as they choose. Allow them to be as they choose. If they ask you questions, if they start to become curious about certain things changing with you, what's happened to you? You're so different. You can express to them with a candid, open approach in just letting them know that you've taken a mediumship course and you're learning a lot and there's a lot of growth. And then Agnes just wants to put in on the end there, their response to you on what you've been up to, their opinion is none of your business. Ooh. So if they ask you the question, you can openly, candidly let them know what you've been up to. But if they're coming at you with anything other than that's love-based, I would assume it's really their opinion of you or what you're up to is none of your business. It just doesn't matter. Do you want to say anything else? No? Okay. She's saying it takes a strong soul to walk this path and be in this way. And she wants to use Jesus as an example. She's saying, do you think that Jesus cared what others thought? when he walked that path on earth? Do you think that he allowed fear to overrun his path, his purpose? And she's saying, what if he did allow that fear, as Kristin says, to run his show, to alter his path and his purpose? Think about where the planet would be at this time without his energy here assisting us. She says, whether those who call upon him with a religious background or otherwise, what matters most is that they call upon him and the amount of help that he has brought forward here, and the lifting and the raising of the vibrational frequency here and also within each of us. So please, dear ones, do not step forward on this earthly realm being fearful of what others may think of you. She finds it tedious. She just said that. She doesn't often say that. She finds that, do you want to elaborate on that? It's not worth your time and your energy to allow others' opinions of you to affect you so significantly. She understands that it may surprise us at first or shock us or affect us certain ways, but moving forward for years and years and years, then it becomes tedious. She does not hold back. Nope. Person doesn't have to be in front of you, although I've done it right to people in front of me. I just repeated it over and over in my head, and I watched. Actually, I probably only did it about 10 times. And then it's people at my workplace, and they just shifted their attention elsewhere, and they never came back in my direction. It was wonderful. How do you balance the fact that some people's opinions are meant to be triggers for us in order for us to work on certain limiting beliefs that we might have? I guess that just applies if someone's opinion gets to you, I guess. You want to take that one? She's laughing. She wants to talk about narcissists and their role on the planet and their opinions. But when you build that strength within yourself and that self-love within yourself and that confidence within yourself, they will no longer be a vibrational match, and you will no longer be triggered, and they will no longer be in your life. So yes, they do play a role for a time. Should you allow it? Should you wish it? Wow. So yeah, so I guess the triggering does play a role until you've just really basically had enough. So you can, I suppose what we're teaching here today is you can do it the hard way, which is, oh, I attracted in another person that's triggering me again. So what am I going to do in here? I could try to heal old belief systems and thought patterns within myself. Or I could take this saying and build my self-love and my confidence within myself, and then these individuals just won't be a vibrational match. That's the easy path. She's saying exactly. So personally, I prefer the easier path on this front. Although back in the day when I would say I was more unawake and I was out drinking, a little bar star, all the rest of it, I was much more in the 3D, and people triggered me, affected me. I was always on the surface, and everything would come at me full frontal, and it would just affect me immediately, and I'd have an immediate response. Whereas now, anything that's going to come at me comes through layers of high vibrational frequency of self-love and confidence, and I just hang back and I observe more. And I might chuckle to myself. So I would say, like, I don't get as directly shocked or as impacted by others' opinions now. It's a lot easier and it's a lot better. Life is a lot easier like this. How about people that really don't believe that Jesus speaks to me during meditation? She says, believe and trust in you. That's all that matters. Believe and trust within you, your abilities, your gifts. And she wants to talk to you about your gifts. They're going to continue to grow and flourish, and they are meant for something bigger and greater. And you know this, Jennifer. Can you imagine having her for your guardian angel? Oh my God. But I like it for me. She doesn't hold back, and I appreciate that. So you know that. You know that. I always knew there was something more for me, like a purpose, a bigger purpose. And I didn't know exactly what it was. And then it came to the forefront and it developed. And then they said, well, what do you think of this? And I said no for 3 months. I'm like, really? You're going to ask them for 12 years and now you're going to say no because you're fearful? That's not a good enough reason. Nobody over here is fearful. Why am I going to be fearful? Just not going to walk that path. I'm not going to live my life like that. And that's a part of other people's opinions of you, living in that fear all the time. Again, she reiterates that your knowingness, your belief is all that matters, Jennifer. Okay, Martine, how do you explain your mediumship to your little children without them getting freaked out? Oh, there's so many ways. The angels are here with you. You know, they're here looking out and watching over you. And there's children's angel cards. There's a beautiful unicorn deck for children, and it's just so soothing and so uplifting and so high vibrational. You know, somebody could have a belief system that's totally different than mine, but if their belief system really was uplifting, and I may not agree with everything that I see in the churches these days, and I didn't back when I was a little kid either. I mean, I remember getting shuffled off to get looked after by the babysitters, and they were taking me to Sunday school, and the Sunday school teacher, who was about 70, was telling me we're all going to burn in hell. And I knew intuitively, even at that age, a very young age, this is hogwash. This is BS. This does not resonate with me. So I think as long as you're teaching your children to follow their internal guidance system, that's the main thing in life. That will carry them through to the nth degree. But the point I'm saying is that there's always high vibrational elements, even in amidst, say, the church, for example, in what they teach, for example. And there are churches where I love to go and sit and just bask in that high vibrational frequency. I'll just sit there for like an hour and I'll communicate with Jesus and Archangel Gabriel and everybody else and like Gabriel asks me to sit down. And then my friend says, is that Gabriel? Because my friend can channel too. And I'm like, yeah. And I didn't tell my friend that. It was just really cool. So as long as it's not hurting anybody and it's uplifting and it's positive and it's got a positive outcome, even if I don't have the same belief system, I'm personally all for it. If the person is uplifted and happy, who am I to judge? So, you know, there are ways of talking to them about certain things. Like, do you ever, you know, teach them about gut feeling? And when something feels right or doesn't feel right, and there's wonderful, like beautiful angel cards that are so uplifting and high vibrational. And you know, the angel cards are just like a bridge. They're just bridging you from this to this and helping you see that there's much more going on than what you see with your physical eyes. Nap time again. Okay, Maria. We'll see you later. Okay. Yeah. And that's the other great point there, Kim, is that when you're confident and you're self-assured and you love yourself, my God, you're going to just affect everyone around you like a domino effect. And when you feel like you really enjoy this path and it's uplifting and it's only served wonderful, wonderful things to transpire in your life, they're going to see that. and that's going to rub off on them and reflect that. Okay. Okay. So how can Suki help her son who is feeling sensitive and empathic? Allow him to be as he chooses. Do you notice everything that ever comes from the angels? Sorry, I'm interrupting. They're never telling you to buck the current. They're never, they're always telling you to go with the flow. Allow others to be as they choose. Okay. It's just amazing. Okay, sorry, go ahead. So he may have ups and downs with this sensitivity, but they feel a lot better that he is open and sensitive. They see it as a gift to be this way, and it will help to serve him well throughout his lifetime. He will sense when someone or something isn't serving him any longer, or it is serving him, and he should move in that direction. And they're teasing and saying that they see it like as if it was a superpower. Isn't that cool? Yeah. And a lot of empaths don't feel this way, but that's why it's extremely important. The foods that you're eating, that they're grounded, high vibrational foods, that you're grounding yourself daily, that you're working on uplifting your frequency and asking the angels to help you do that, and handing off low vibrational feelings, thoughts, and emotions. So important for an empath, more so than anyone else. I would say I'm empathic too, but I am certainly not as empathic, say, than in comparison to Ashley and Paul. You guys know that. You can see it right on me. I don't have anything to hide. Yeah. I believe there are at least three decks out there that are meant just for children. And again, children and adults, they don't know what they don't know. So again, we're just moving in a high vibrational direction. All right, we're moving into Quran. I told you I would channel this message before I start to send the links off to everybody. And yeah. Okay. Okay, so I'm ready for some guidance for Quran and her daughter. Okay, so the first thing I'm getting is tightness in my chest. So that's kind of indicating to me to really pay attention, and that they're coming in with more of a serious nature. They're saying everything unfolds for a reason, for a purpose, even when you cannot understand why. So they want you to remember that. She's going to experience ups and downs in life, as many do here on Earth. I mean, I say everyone. And so this is another lesson that is being taught to her. Even when one fumbles the ball, or even when one makes a mistake in life, we don't see this as in a judgmental way, like one makes a mistake. We see it as a learning lesson, an experience to learn and grow from. This is going to teach her what to do in experiences in life when mom and dad aren't around with her and you're not nearby and she doesn't have someone to lean on. Because there's going to be many moments like that throughout life. So it's a feeling like she can't always depend on you and for you to help her or save her. And they're saying respect. Sorry, go ahead. you want to use another word? In conclusion of what they are observing with what is unfolding at this time with your daughter and the nature of what is taking place, they're all right with it. They are in a space of allowing and accepting things where they are. So now it's a matter of scrambling to turn things around and start to get it in the right direction, which is wise. There are many skills and thought processes that you are teaching her, which they like. They're likening it to my own mother. My mother has always taught me right from wrong. She's taught me how to clean the house. There are certain things that my mom has taught me, and I always have said this, so they know, because I've always said this, that my mom has taught me certain things that are so important in life, morals, values, and some of them I'm not always in alignment with in the moment. Some of them I break, some of them I'm not following, but she gave me that base and that foundation, and that's really important. So they don't want you to get too wrapped up about whether she's going to be successful at achieving this or not. They'd rather you try to take a deep breath, several deep breaths, try to relax yourself, try to be in a place of allowing. However this is going to unfold, let it unfold. Do your best to course correct or turn it around. But again, when there are difficult moments in life, that's why a soul comes to Earth, to learn and grow in this way from the contrast. So they see great growth in these experiences. So they sit back patiently, waiting, watching, and they don't feel, they're telling me this, they're saying that we don't feel down about the situation or upset about the situation, more in a space of allowing these lessons to unfold. And again, you won't always be there for her. And they suggest that you aren't always there for her because they'd rather her not be enabled for lengthy periods of time. Where if she's enabled, then she won't step forward on her own 2 feet and figure things out on her own and learn the lessons and the growth that needs to be learned in each moment, in each situation.